Before I go any further, there is one character I have to point out. This character deserves like some type of lifetime achievement award in terms of Marvel video games. And her name is What's going on, people? What's really good? It's your boy Marv, and this is the Nerds in the Hood. Yes sir, folks. It's been a little while since I reviewed a video game. I'm not even gonna lie. It's been a little while, but I found a game that is taking up a little bit of my time for the past like week or so. And I got it for the low, just between you and me, you know. I can help you get this game for the low too. It's called Marvel Rivals. Now, if you already know about this game, you already know why I said I can get you this game for the low, because the game is free. And I love me a good free game. You know what I mean? I love me a free game that's not trash. Fortnite, Splitgate, this game right here, a game that's free and is not trash, I will play. Even if I don't play it every day, I'm gonna play it. That's all that matters to me. I'm gonna play. So let's get right into it and talk about this game right now. Very interesting concept for a Marvel superheroes game that I don't think we ever got before. We've gotten Marvel in fighting games, we've got Marvel in RPG games, team up games, beat 'em up games, but I don't think I've ever seen it in a shoot 'em game, a third person shooter kind of game. I don't think I've ever seen that before for them. So I like this. And it does take some of the elements of Fortnite. It does take some of the elements of other games and combines it into one. So that to me is what makes it such a vibe. The character roster, first off, is very unique too. That's why I gotta give it props for it. Cause, you know, with Marvel games, you're always gonna be expected to have like the usual crowd of people. The people that we see in the movies, the people that we see in the TV shows, people that we see like that. Like, you know, you got your Iron Man, you got your Captain America, you got your Wolverine, you know, your Thor. Those are the people you're going to see. Your Black Panther now. Now he's starting to be more popular in games. So you're going to see those guys. And then what's cooler and makes it unique is that you see people that you don't normally see in a Marvel game. Like Cloak and Dagger, like Squirrel Girl, like Jeff the Landshark. You know, like those people. Jeff the Landshark, definitely, I was not expecting to be in this game. I'm not gonna act like I know everything about him from the comic books and everything, but I will say I was not expecting him to be in this game. Or was it Lana Snow? Like, I wasn't expecting that, and I thought that was cool. Magic, she started to make her rounds because she was just in the Midnight Suns joint, and now she's in this. So I think we're starting to see a world for Magic in this game. But before I go any further, there is one character I have to point out. This character deserves like some type of lifetime achievement award in terms of Marvel video games. And her name is Psylocke. Psylocke, if you are old head for video games especially, you know that Psylocke has been like the staple female character for a bunch of different Marvel video games. She's been in like practically almost all of the Marvel fighting games. Like, it was kind of sad when we got to Marvel vs. Capcom 3 because they didn't use her, but the first two Marvel vs. Capcom games, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes, she was in those games. She was rocking the house. She was doing her thing. She was packing people up and catching wins if you used her right. So shout out to her to be back in this game. And she got more of a ninja aesthetic to her, but it makes her pretty nasty for this type of environment. It's almost as if like she's immediately used to this, because at the end of the day, she already been in enough fighting games where like fighting is not an issue. So, and we got comic accurate Scarlet Witch, where her voice is not changing from that Russian accent. No disrespect to Elizabeth Olsen, but just saying, we got the comic accurate Scarlet Witch. I can live with that. We got Squirrel Girl, which she was supposed to actually be in the MCU, but it didn't work out. So we have different people. I'm not going off of like TV shows and movies, but what I am saying is this game is actually really fun. It allows for you to take advantage of different characters, and when you die and respawn, you could come back and pick another character. It's not like you just like start and play as the whole character the whole time. So I like that. That brings a different element of strategy, because now if like using Wolverine and it's not working out, which what happened to me, I'm speaking off experience, you can switch to Rocket Raccoon and find a new love for him, because he can use Groot from time to time. So that's pretty cool too. They had different boards. So far, I've only been playing on like 1 or 2 boards. I think I was on like Asgard and then a Spider-Man 2099 board. So I didn't really get to see a lot of the boards so far, but I know more is coming. Right now where I'm playing at, they have the ability for you to buy costume skins from different MCU projects, past and present. Also, fun fact, real quick FYI, the voice of Wolverine is Steve Blum, who is a legend, who voiced Wolverine in the past on a Nicktoons show called Wolverine and the X-Men. And that was a pretty good show, very underrated. But it's cool to see him do Wolverine again. Actually, he was the Wolverine. He was the voice for Wolverine in Midnight Suns too. So just food for thought, you know what I mean? Just to show you how much of a legend this man is. He was Spike Spiegel, for crying out loud, and Roger Smith, if I'm right. So I have fun playing Wolverine. I have fun playing with Doctor Strange. They give you a tutorial. You play as the Punisher, so you can fall in love with that character real easily too. I think my type of character is more of the shooter, because it's easier for me to aim. That's just me. Even though like Cloak and Dagger, for example, Dagger has an unlimited ammo because you're just shooting darkness out. So for me, but I was more of a shooter kind of person. There's different modes. For me, I've played Convoy, where you have to successfully get a transport from one area to the next, to its finish line. And then there's Domination, where you have to hold down one room for a certain amount of time too. I played those two, and in training, they're going to make you seem like it's not that hard. But woo, obviously playing with people, especially people who end up getting more skilled at the game than you, is a different story. So I definitely was having fun with that, which is why I ended up choosing the shooters, because I just have, I don't know, maybe it's my old eyes. I just couldn't get the aim down right for different people. You can do melee attacks either way, and there's other signature moves you have too. And then there's an ultimate finisher. So some characters have a really good ultimate finisher. I know Doctor Strange was the Eye of Agamotto or whatever, where everybody just stops for a second and just freezes like that. Punisher brought out like a bunch of guns and just started going off with the burners. So everybody had different joints that made for different elements of surprise. And I haven't played with every character yet, although my goal is to plan on it pretty soon. But I wanted to take the moment to review this game and talk about some of the mechanics as well as the graphics. The graphics are very dope. They're very, it's not even more like they look comic booky. It looks more like a different art style, almost Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse-esque. It looks kind of like that. And there ain't nothing wrong with that, because obviously those movies have good animation. But everybody's like, big and jacked up for the most part. But they look like they probably would if they were like real instead of comic book accurate. So I did appreciate that. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. But I think what the best thing about it is, like I told y'all before when I reviewed Mario Party Jamboree, are you looking for a game that has the best mechanics, the best gameplay? Or are you looking for a game that's gonna be fun to you? And yes, some games could be whack and have fun elements because you make the most of it. And some games are just fun because they made it fun. And this is probably why they didn't charge you, but also at the same time, we know why they didn't charge you, because they want you to pay for the DLC. The more popular this game is going to get, the more characters down the line are going to probably show up. Just like, what was the name of that game? Multiverses. Multiverses, I started falling in love with it, is also a free game. And then eventually at some point, I stopped caring until they brought in like Samurai Jack, the Powerpuff Girls, a lot of Cartoon Network-esque characters that made me be like, oh, word? I might get back on it. So I feel like Rivals is going to do the same down the line. We're going to get a lot of characters either from upcoming TV projects. Like, don't be surprised if you see Daredevil pop up, or Deadpool. Of course, you're going to be surprised to see him, unless he's already in the game and I didn't know. If he is, write in the comments. I'll take that L on the apology and all that. But they did have a lot of different characters that I could sit there and go, wow, this brings a lot of variety, but it also brings fun to people you didn't know. Like, I can be that person to walk around with Squirrel Girl and shoot a slingshot all the time in the game. And if I get somebody, I'm going to be hyped, like, whole lot, you know? So let's go ahead to our trusty, wonderful, and nifty review board. So we have, and I know I'm using a draw. In due time, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna get it going for the new year. But we have valid, which means the game is fire, and it's near perfect, but it's good. We have it's alright, which means this game is okay. And we have nah, this ain't it, which means this game is hot, dookie, trash. I will say, so far, so good. This game ain't perfect, but it is fun. Obviously, you don't want to have a game where you respawn in, but the respawn, it takes like 7 seconds and you're back on it. But again, the ability to switch heroes in between games, the fun of just playing online, convoy missions and stuff like that, domination, different types of characters, different types of customizations, different type of character skins, and best of all, the game is free. Makes it a really good game. The free always adds onto it, but then you get, because I remember I got I'll probably do a review for it. I don't even know yet. Death Note, The Killer Within. Lord, that game is not good, and it was free. But this is a different type of good free. So this is a good game. If you haven't, pick it up. There's no harm in it. It's free, and there's crossplay, which means you can play online with somebody with another console or a PC, anything of that nature, and still have the same amount of fun. So I could live with that. I ain't even mad at that. This crossplay generation is such a vibe because now if a person has an Xbox, they don't have to spend money on a PS5 to play a game with you. So I love what the future is holding and bringing for us here in the video game world. Because back in my day, if you had a PlayStation, you just had to play a game that you wanted to play at a friend's house who had a PlayStation, or vice versa if you didn't have a Nintendo or a Dreamcast or any other system. So now to see a world where a person can have a PlayStation and play with a person who has an Xbox without having to travel to each other's cribs, I'm so, what a time to be alive, you know? Anyway, if this is your first time watching me on Nerds in the Hood, I appreciate y'all watching. If you've been here before, I appreciate you coming back. As always, follow us on all social media. Follow Nerds in the Hood on all social media using the link tree that I'm going to put in the description of this video. Make sure you check it out. Follow us, subscribe, check out the content we're doing on other platforms outside of just YouTube. And again, get Marvel Rivals. This is a good, like I told y'all, this is a great year for comic book films, but this is now a great year with comic book games because this game came out and it's put in work. So I'm about to get back on it now. That's why I'm kind of sitting here looking a little antsy because I took time off just to review this game. So if you excuse me, I need to get back on it. But holla at your boy. I'm going to leave my gamer tag in the comments too. So that way y'all could come and find me and we could play together too. I got my PS5 ready to go. And hopefully I'm better by the time you see me so you won't watch and be like, Dad, this is the dude from Nerds in the Hood? But don't unsubscribe because of it if I'm trash, okay? Anyway, let me get back on this game. I'm going to holla at y'all later. Nerds in the Hood with another game review. Marvel Rivals is a good game. Catch y'all next time, folks. Peace. It's valid.